Simon Fraser University and University of British Columbia had many student delegates at COP28. They had learned from and interacted with other climate leaders from all over the world. In our last video of COP28 series, we will share their experiences and messages to other young climate enthusiasts.
Hi everyone, my name is Mina Nepali. I'm currently a student at the University of British Columbia Vancouver campus and I'm studying international relations.
Awesome. So what were your expectations before coming to COP?
Yeah, so this COP isn't actually my first UN conference. I've been to multiple UN conferences. I've led UN related youth forums as well. And really my expectation at COP was to learn as much as I can about what countries are doing, their international relations, and how they're contributing to climate action, and really to see the reality and to furthermore communicate the reality out to my university and the area in my local community.
And how was COP so far for you?
It's very exhausting in the sense that there's a lot of negotiations that take place at the same time. Lots of youth have a lot of climate anxiety as well, and many people are very tired as well of how slow the progress is. I think that is a reality. At the same time, I feel a lot of hope from the youth, and that's a really beautiful thing because that hope is really what keeps everybody going and what keeps the action to continue. So yeah, those are the kinds of things I've been seeing, and it's been really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to what the actual results are in the upcoming days and week.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Mina,
of
and
course.
thank you for representing UBC Youth.
Yep, thank you.
Tetana stara siza Amber Big Plume at Susana Isklana. Hello everyone, my name is Amber Big Plume. I am from the Tsuut'ina First Nation, located in Treaty 7 territory outside of the outskirts of the city of Calgary, otherwise known as Mohkinstsis. I am the manager for business development and projects at First Nation Power Development, as well as I am a full-time MBA student doing my master's at Simon Fraser University.
So what were your expectations before coming here, and how was the COP for you so far?
I didn't really have any pre-expectations prior to coming here, just because I wanted to really soak up all of the different pavilions, all of the panelists and speakers that I've seen throughout the multiple days here at COP. I really love how there is an Indigenous presence.
And what would you like to say after experiencing all this to young people such as yourself who are concerned about the climate crisis?
Well, I think just being a part of the conversation and having your seat at the table is very important and vital for moving forward, especially with technology, and just having space within the different conversations that happen within climate action. As you know, Indigenous people have 7 generations ideology and methodology, so we already kind of have that built into our Indigenous knowledge and wisdom. And we need to keep that theme going, because it's not just going to be us who are affected. It's going to be our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. So to look forward to the future on a multi-generational ideology to help support climate action going forward and how to reduce GHG emissions.
Yeah, that is a very strong message. Thank you so much, Amber.
Thank you.
Hi, I am Aya. I'm a PhD student at SFU studying communication, specifically environmental communication. I'm also a journalist from the Middle East.
What would you like to say young people such as yourself about the climate crisis?
I think platforms like COP are super important to have our voices heard. I think youth should keep pushing, should keep talking, should keep shouting. They should push governments, they should write, study, do all you can to play your part for the planet and for future generations, and to help each other out.
Thank you so much, Aya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Tyler Mitchell. I'm from the Cowsis First Nation in Treaty 4 territory. I'm also a full-time student at the BD School of Business, taking my executive MBA in Indigenous Business and Leadership. I'm also a manager of Indigenous and Government Relations for CN Railway.
Yeah, so you're part of the SFU's delegation here and also representing your nation. What was your expectations coming here, and what did you find out so far?
Yeah, my expectations. Obviously, I've learned about COP before, and some of the previous ones. I know people who've attended, so really tried to do my due diligence to speak and engage with people who've attended, so I knew what to expect a little bit more. But even through all of that effort to understand what it was going to be like and what I'd be facing when I was here, it was still much bigger and more impactful than I thought it was. The amount of people who are here that have a aligned way of thinking and that sustainability and climate action are extremely important to them. I thought that was it was amazing. There's obviously been a little bit of controversy since we've been here with key messages from some of the organizers and also just some of the attendees who you wouldn't be expecting to be speaking on behalf of Indigenous communities here. There's definitely been a lot of controversy.
Yeah, finally, what would you like to say, other young people who are not at COP but may be concerned about the climate crisis?
We all have that right to have climate anxiety. I think that what I would say to them is that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow, and we have an opportunity to lead our country and also on global initiatives on a global setting, positive changes towards being more sustainable and getting to the goals that Canada has set. So I would say keep doing the things that you're doing if you're working in this space and challenge government, challenge leaders, whether that's your municipality all the way up to the federal government. Challenge folks and put the pressure on them because this is our world and we need to ensure that we're protecting it not for just us but for the next 7 generations.
Thank you so much, Siler.
I'm Dua, and I study chemical engineering at UBC. I'm just about to graduate, and I'm currently working on a capstone project on carbon capture for the pulp and paper industry to reduce the emissions, since that is of such an energy intensive industry.
What were you expecting coming to COP, and how was your experience so far?
So, because I'm usually on like the tech and science side of the climate change movement, I really wanted to come to COP to see how the global policy side of it works and how that would impact my work as an engineer. And it's been so cool to be exposed to this area of global climate policy. I've been following the negotiations on the just transition as well as greenhouse gas reporting, and I've been learning a lot from those. I've been seeing like the whole process that it takes to get there, all the nitty gritty details that need to be sorted out just for like a single decision. And overall, honest feelings, I think it's a lot of effort for a little bit of progress.
And what would you like to say to young people like yourself, to my students about climate crisis?
I would like to say that I get it if you have climate anxiety. We all do. It's been both frustrating, but to see just like the momentum here at COP, everyone's so involved, and meeting people from all over the world come in with their perspectives has been like reigniting my motivation to keep fighting for this. Try to do as much as you can in whatever capacity you can. So no act is too small. Keep doing your individual actions, but at the same time, keep holding these big polluters responsible and keep pushing this political agenda, honestly, to move forward with the energy transition, with decarbonization, with clean food systems.
Yeah. So basically, think globally,
Yes.
act locally, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My name is Bashar. I'm from Bangladesh. I study economics at UBC. I've been following COP since last year. I was part of the university delegation last year as well.
What did you do so right so that they pick you again?
So when I went to Sharm el Sheikh, I realized that there was a lack of representation, especially from countries like Bangladesh and marginalized people, and that affects policy making. When there are less people talking about things that you want to talk about in a negotiation room, things don't get passed. These spaces are very exclusive, and there are sometimes delegations from different oil and gas representatives. Sometimes the flights and hotels are expensive. So I wanted to truly like reflect and highlight the stories of my people, the stories of Bangladeshi people. So I went back to Bangladesh, cycled across the country, and tried to create a documentary film that highlights those stories of climate resilience, of adaptation, of vulnerabilities, and I'm bringing it to this year's COP. We are having a premiere at COP on December 11th, so have your eye out.
Such an amazing output of what you did, and you're gonna do some viewings in BC as well.
Yes, yeah, we are having a viewing in Vancouver on January 26th at Robson Square.
So, what would you like to say, young people such as yourself who are concerned about the climate crisis?
Keep at it. I think you have to keep moving, keep the ball rolling. There's a lot of eco-anxiety, a lot of hopelessness, but I think what really drives us is empathy and a feeling of love between each other, and like how we are all in this together. There shouldn't be any disconnect between global north, global south in any educational barriers. Rather, we should truly embrace how this is a global crisis, and we have to deal with it in a community-based manner. So just keeping at whatever you guys are doing, even if it's just building awareness or learning about it, just keep at it.
Yeah, let's turn our anxiety into action.